At first, all I knew I wanted to do was change the world. You know, I just wanted to be part of the solution. I wanted to tell stories that would make the world a better place and that would help people.
Doing VeggieTales was nothing I would ever have dreamt that I would be doing. Making a show with vegetables. I mean, nobody grows up thinking they're going to be a cucumber. But as we started to formulate the idea of the show, as things started to come together, it started to become clear to me that this, what I felt called to do in my life, this was the perfect opportunity to do it. And, I wanted to do it because I thought it was going to help kids, and I thought it was going to help families, and that's what I wanted my life to be about.
One thing that really grabbed me was Phil really setting the bar high for whatever we did at Big Idea. It was clear from the start that he didn't want to just make a kid's video, maybe make a little money, but he truly wanted to change the world. And so be it that it was Talking Vegetables to do it.
There is one who is watching you. He listens when you pray. And though it seems this time you won't get through, God has made a way.
We hear a lot of appreciation from parents. Just thank you for giving us a series and a group of characters that can help me pass these types of values along to my kids.
I remember in the early days when we'd get fan mail, there was just this box of letters that would get sent to us just sitting underneath somebody's desk. And sometimes I'd be working late at the office. I'd be writing music and nobody else would be around and I'd need a little break. So I'd just pull that box into my office and just start leafing through fan letters. And it struck me, this is why we're doing what we're doing, because so many times we're isolated from that. We don't hear a person after a video saying, oh, that really touched me. My kids loved it. We don't know who it's reaching at times, but to see these letters, people took time to write letters or to draw pictures. This one letter that still sticks out, a boy wrote it, like a 9-year-old boy, and he was telling about his younger brother who had an ongoing illness, and he was always in the doctor's office. And he could hear his younger brother singing, God is bigger than the boogeyman, that song, to help him overcome his fears. And he took the time to write this. I had it posted on my wall for a while because I thought, that's why we're doing this.
Come over here, Junior. What do you see up there?
My curtains.
No, out the window, up in the sky.
I see lots of stars.
God made all the stars out of nothing. He just went, and there they were.
There was a period of time when the best way to communicate the gospel was through the spoken word and the preaching of the word. And I think that's still valid today. But I think that in the era in which we live, the apologetic for the gospel is the arts. It's storytelling. Jesus told parables, and I think those are the things that really captivated people and captivated their imagination for understanding a little bit more about what he's talking about, what the real meaning is. And so stories are one of the best ways that we have to engage people with the truth of the gospel.
So what we're trying to do is figure out how you can take ideas and images that are beneficial and make them appealing. And that's much, much, much harder. It's much easier to give kids what they want. It's hard to give kids what they need. But that's what we're committed to, and the media business is the perfect way to reach kids where they are on a daily basis with good values.
Well, your mother and I think that show was a little too scary for you. I do think we should be a little more careful about what we watch on television.
I think anyone who tells stories to kids has a huge responsibility. I mean, Plato wrote, "Shall we just carelessly allow children to hear any casual tales which may be devised by casual people, and to receive into their heads ideas for the most part the exact opposite of those which we could wish them to have when they are grown?" He was very worried, and this is back in the 4th century BC, that storytellers were greatly affecting kids by casually telling tales. Casual people telling casual tales. And that's exactly, if he was alive today, he would be looking at the modern media business and saying, does anybody care about the impact of the stories they're telling? And I think just as doctors have to take an oath that says, above all else, do no harm. I think directors and producers, everyone who's involved in the selling of ideas, should take that same oath. And yes, just making a kid laugh is great, but look for the values messages that are coming behind the entertainment, because it's very easy, even inadvertently, to send negative values messages, to casually and carelessly tell a tale that will give kids ideas we would not wish them to have when they are grown up. And that's the responsibility we feel at Big Idea, is how can we use the medium to make a difference, to be completely beneficial.